Hey fellow babies, welcome to this week's Pach-Attack. I've got the angel and the devil on my shoulder trying to help me decide whether we should go good or bad on this Pach-Attack. Welcome back. Wrath or Wraith, Bringer returns. Fellow baby, do you think that the transition to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will see more publishers and developers drop from the industry in the same manner we lost Midway, THQ, and others this generation? Boy, I'm glad you asked that question, because I was talking to somebody recently about my stock market coverage, and I pointed out to them that when I started covering video games in 2001, I covered 11 publicly traded game publishers, and I didn't cover Nintendo or Ubisoft. I now cover, I believe, 5, and that includes Nintendo and Ubisoft. There used to be 13 publicly traded video game publishers, actually more if you count the Japanese guys. So let's leave the Japanese guys out too. 13, maybe 14, including IDOS. We've lost Interplay, 3DO, Acclaim, BAM, Atari, Midway, THQ, I feel like I'm missing somebody, and IDOS. IDOS got bought. But yeah, we've lost 8 publishers. And so the question, are we going to lose more? I answered this in another segment, but I think Take-Two is an acquisition candidate. I think that the company wouldn't mind being bought. I think the company is an attractive acquisition because they have compelling IP, intellectual property, and the share price isn't that high. I mean, the overall value of Take-Two is around $2 billion, and it's got a ton of really high value property. So I think they make sense. I don't think Activision or EA are going away. I think Ubisoft is a compelling acquisition candidate, but the Guillemot family controls about 25% of the vote and about 17% of the stock, so they're probably not getting acquired anytime soon. Nintendo, the only company I could see buying Nintendo is Disney, and I don't think Nintendo is a seller. So, you know, I don't think any of the Western publishers, the guys who do a lot of business in the West, are for sale. Can't talk about Square Enix and Capcom, you know, I don't cover them, and Sega, but you know, they're smaller and they're a lot less attractive. I think if you do lose anybody, you lose one or more of those guys, and probably you lose them through merger. Namco, Bandai, I mean, there's other Japanese guys, but no, I'd say we're not going to lose any of the majors, and there's not very many left. We've lost, as I counted, I think 8. That's pretty sad. Put it out, or Pootie tout. Pootie, he's a Pootie. You know, it's really funny, by the way, when my kids, I have identical twins, when my kids would fart, my wife would call it a Pootie. So I see Pootie tout, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's a Pootie tout. Okay, but it's put it out, I knew what it said. El Pachterino, that's a good one. You know, that's the first time I've ever been called El Pachterino. It's good. I was wondering if today the video game industry is comparable to the movie industry, monetarily speaking. How's a AAA video game director salary compared to a Hollywood blockbuster director, for example? And if you could invest big for the next 20 years on one of these industries, where would you put your money? You know, directors of film tend to be guaranteed a lot more than producers of AAA games. But the bonuses can be comparable. So Hollywood tends to get a big front end guarantee and then some profit participation, but a big Hollywood director is getting millions of dollars to make the movie, and a big video game guy is getting a salary that is typically way under that, and then they get a bonus if the game's good. So the risk tends to be put more on the video game guy to succeed. Now, there's not a lot of risk if you get put on Call of Duty. So when Sledgehammer got put on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, those guys, you know, they were taking no risk because they're good game makers, but it was a great franchise. It wasn't a startup first time. We have to see, you know, as opposed to Ken Levine, who made BioShock the first time, and who knew if it was going to be good. So Ken didn't get paid that much for BioShock 1. He probably got paid a lot for BioShock 2. But I'd say, you know, the top guys in the games industry, the Rockstar guys, You know, the Vince Ampella, they make tens of millions of dollars a year, and that's comparable to Hollywood directors. There's just a lot more Hollywood directors that make, you know, 10, 15 million bucks than there are video game guys. But if you could invest big for the next 20 years on one of those industries, where would you put your money? First of all, I don't personally live in a 20-year bubble. I just do nothing for 20 years. Like I think I might own my house for 20 years, and I'm hoping to stay married to my wife for another 20 years. Short of that, you know, you don't make investments in anything for 20 years because facts change, and that's just dopey. But I'd say, you know, there's probably going to be more money in the film industry than there will be in the game industry. You just have increasing consumption of film. As people get wealthier around the world, they're going to consume more movies. You know, the typical movie budget is much, much bigger than the typical game budget. The movie industry does about 30 billion global in box office, about another 30 billion in DVD sales, and then you've got all the VOD, you know, so Netflix and free commercial television distribution. You're probably talking about 70, 80 billion dollars a year. The video game, the console game industry is maybe 25 when if it gets back to its former glory. So movies are just a bigger deal. From @QuadraticAtom, at $299, who is the NVIDIA Shield marketed towards? Do you expect it to turn a profit? You know, I'm thinking that all those people who thought the PlayStation Vita was a piece of crap and they just didn't want to shell out $249 for a piece of crap are going to look really hard at the Shield, both of them. So if you can find somebody who buys a Shield, produce them. We'll have them on the Pach-Attack. They can sit next to me and we can talk about all the things they're getting out of that. I don't get the NVIDIA Shield. I don't understand what the heck they're thinking. I thought they were kidding when they announced it, so I'm still not sure it's real. I think maybe they're still kidding us. No one's buying it. Your question kind of begs the question, at $299, who the hell's buying a handheld? Nobody. I mean, I'd pay $299 for a handheld if it, you know, did my laundry, and I can't say this on air, and did some other things, but no, it's just crazy. You know, if it was like a combination cigar cutter, cigar lighter, made Cuban cigars and had scotch in the handle, maybe, but I don't think so. All right, fellow babies, thanks for joining us this week. If you have a question, you can direct them to the link below. And if you would like to address them to me on Twitter, I'm @Michael Pachter. You have to copy @GameTrailers, and you have to add the hashtag AskPach, that's P-A-C-H if you spell my name right. If you do send a Twitter request to me directly and you follow me, I'm happy to send you a direct message and I'll answer you directly. Do I have the devil and the angel on my shoulder? Challenging the finger. And if you don't make it an outtake, it'll be funny that way anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the devil and the angel. Okay. Oh, wait. Psst. Now people are going to go, he made a cross. He's the devil. Should I do a pentangle with my fingers?
Don't do this.
No, I was going to try to do the pen. I can't. This is like my creepy thing. I used to be able to do this. I think I can still do this.
What do you do? What is
Can you do that?
No,
it's like
what is
it's
that?
like the devil pentangle. I don't know what it is. Can you do that?
No.
Can you wait? Can you do that? Can you cross your fingers?
That one I think not without. Oh my gosh.
No.
There we go, I got it, I think.
Okay, so start like that and just go like that. Okay, good. Can you do this?
I can do that. I can't do that.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, can you go back and forth?
It's a lot hard.
It is hard. It takes a lot of self-control. Okay.
Give me some normal.
So wait, is this anything bad? Is that bad or no? That's okay?
That's good. That's,
The thing you were saying is hook 'em horns, like Texas Longhorns.
Isn't that the devil?
But it's still hook 'em
Yeah.
horns. If you'd like to follow more of our stuff on GameTrailers, we have links to YouTube on the side of the screen. I'm not sure which side, but one of those sides. Maybe that side. Just a guess. I had to think about it. I can't remember where they are, right or left.
oh, you nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to think about the picture.